Hello everyone, welcome to Shadows of Brimstone, the episode 11 of the Outlaw Joseph Scotts. Last we had Joseph. He was in town purchasing some items when a void twister showed up and destroyed the town. Luckily for Joseph, he managed to flee in time. So he left town. The void twister and the large number of monstrous creatures coming nearby had basically, they were coming out of some of the nearby mines. A few remaining stragglers from the town, along with Joseph, rounded up all the explosives that they could find, and the plan is for Joseph to go blow up the mine, seal it forever to prevent more of the monsters from attacking and inflicting pain on the remnants of the town that was recently destroyed. So Joseph has two, how well you can see that, two explosives tokens. And he's doing basic mission number 6, which is blow the mine. The mission starts with the mine entrance starting to a T-junction. So let me grab the T-junction. Okay, there's T-junction. And the goal is to explore the mine far enough to find and place explosives at a dead-end room, which is a room with no exits. And then return back to the mine entrance. So this could be a little bit of a longer one. It also could mean a little more map work, as I will need to keep some of the map tiles in some sort of order, such that I'll be able to return back to the mine entrance once I have. Once Joseph has placed both of them, but go for that. So special rules. So all the exploration tokens have one less exit. All exploration tokens with a clue icon have one less exit. And anytime you reveal the exploration token, roll a d6 for each door or gate icon on the token. On a 4 or more, you ignore that icon. So that is kind of similar to some of the earlier ones. It's a way to keep the, reduce the number of exits so that we can find actual exits or dead end. We can find dead end rooms for him to place the explosives in. Whenever a dead end room is found, we are going to roll a d6 to see if we get a fight. On a 1, it's an epic. Read that high. For a single player. On a 2 or 3, it's a normal threat, and on a 4 through 6, there's no extra threat there. For this mission, growing dread cards are immediately played like darkness cards. They're not held because there's no sort of big end boss. And then similar to the last one we had, last mission, at the end of any turn in which one or more heroes is standing on the mine entrance, he has to roll a special hold back the darkness test. And if failed, he gets another high threat there waiting for him that he has to defeat to escape. So could be difficult. So if he succeeds, he gets 25 experience and $250. If he fails before placing both explosives, a transport item that a hero has to be discarded, which would be his Mustang, as well as the other conditions. If the heroes fail after placing both explosives, they're caught in the blast and have to roll on the injury chart. So this is going to be, and that's in addition if he's to being KO'd, if he gets KO'd. So that's going to be a little nasty. So we will see how all that works. And let's go ahead and start here. So Joseph is in the mine. sure I'm not forgetting anything. No, looks like I'm okay. So Joseph will start holding back the darkness. A 7. 7 is good enough. So then he will roll for his movement. And a 5 and a 3, so he will move 5. Okay. And then sure, we'll start early. I'll do some scavenging on the mine entrance. I do. So we get 1 scavenge token. He gets a scavenge card, which is 50 gold. Small find. And then we will hold back the darkness. 5 and 1 is 6, which is a failure. And then he will move. Double 1s. Okay, well, I guess he's going to take another grit and then move 1. And, well, that gives him a chance to scavenge the crossroads, which he does get 1. Guess we'll get the scavenging out of the way. And he gets an emerging darkness. Let's draw a darkness card. And the darkness card is Power of the Void. All void enemies are now +1 combat. Okay. So the next turn, Joseph manages to hold back the darkness with a 7. And then he will move. Okay, well that's enough to get him here and look at the map card, and it is an excavation chamber. Which will go like that. So let me find that tile. Okay, here's the tile. It goes like that. And we've got an exploration token. Of course, at the end of his turn, we're going to reveal it. So it says there's 3. So we'll roll a die for each one per the rules. And on our 4 through 6, oh, actually there's only 2 because this is a clue token. So there's actually only 2 exits, so I would need to roll for each of them. Okay, so a 5 and a 3. So there's actually only 1 exit from this room, which will be 3. So it's going to be out this way. Okay, and he gets an encounter. The counter, or the exploration, or the encounter card is Child of Sorrow. Temperature of the room drops as the child approaches you with empty eyes. A random hero, obviously Joseph, makes a Spirit 6+ test. For each 6, gain 50 experience points for each 6+ roll. Well, he's down to 1. Not much he can do, and he rolls a 1. So, if failed, takes 6 horror hits. So, that is what he is doing. Taking 6 horror hits. And he saves 2. So he takes 4 sanity. And I don't think that's going to be worth gritting. Then the child vanishes. Roll a d6. On a 4 plus, the hero that made the test gains a loot card. And he gets a 6. So he gets a loot card, though, for that. So that's not too horrible. And his loot card is a sack of gold dust for 100. And that resolves this encounter token. Okay. So it is time to hold back the darkness. Oh, and we did reveal a map tile. An 8. 8 is good enough to hold back the darkness. Alright, we need to book through, so movement, a 3 and a 1. 1, 2, 3 is enough to get him to the edge, and he will explore. And we find a switch curve. That's interesting. All right, so a switch curve is, let me find that tile. Okay, so the switch curve goes like that. So don't really need all of that, okay? And then we get an exploration token. And then I'm not going to do anything else, so we reveal it. Okay, there's an attack, two exits, and a clue token. So there's actually only one exit, because again, it's a clue token. 4, 5, or 6, and this is a dead end, and we have a 6. So this is actually a dead end room. So this could be dangerous, although it's good that it's quick. It does mean, because I also have an attack, and we will advance the track there. It's a dead end showdown, so I roll a d6. Hoping to get high, and a 3. So a 3 is at a normal threat. So it means he's going to be facing 2 low threat cards. 1 for the attack, 1 for the dead end room. Over there. And we have 6 void spiders. And a peril dice of hellbats. So that's 4. So 4 hellbats and 6 void spiders. So let me get them and their cards. Okay, so I rearranged stuff a little bit here. Make sure we can, you guys can still see that. All right. 6 void spiders and the 4 hellbats. We'll put the box down there. Okay, so elite ability for the hellbats is 2, which is shrieking. So the nightmarish horror hits now do 2 damage. And then the elite ability for the void spiders is a 6, deadly venom. Void spider hits are +2 damage. Now that would be a good question. He had the injection, which makes him immune to poison markers and effects, but I don't think it prevents the +2 damage. There is the void venom, which is number 2. Means you're going to suffer -1, to hits. But I don't think that would apply. But I don't think the deadly venom. I think it's just called deadly venom, but it just adds 2 to their damage. So that's going to be very, very dangerous for him, especially since they all get to go first. So with that in mind, obviously I think I want the hellbats to go before the go before the spiders. So it doesn't make a huge amount of difference, but the farthest away, go ahead and make the spiders. Okay, and then we can make the hellbats. All right, and then hold back the darkness, because it is the start of a new turn. And double 6s. Well, double 6s is the one good thing. So that is Stubborn Resolve. Essentially, he may gain a grit. Unfortunately, his max grit is 2. So that doesn't do anything. Oh, but he can heal D6. He does have 4 sanity wounds, so 4 sanity loss. So he can heal all 4 of those. Good. Since the Hellbats will do a bunch of sanity hits, that's probably a good thing. All right. So we'll have the bats go first. Actually, I guess it won't really make a difference. They all have enough movement. And simply the way the room is laid out, they're going to move as far as they can, which means they all move here. Okay, so that is 4 Hellbats. They have 3 dice each. Okay, so here's the first 2. Hitting on 3s. Well, that is... actually, I rolled 8 dice. They're only 3 dice each. So I rolled a little bit more than that. So that was 8, and I have 16. That's why I did 2 sets. Except that should be 12. 4 times 3 is 12. So I need 4 more. Okay, so there we go. So there's the average of hits. Still not bad. 6 hits, considering they hit on 3s. That's better than average. So 6 defense rolls. And I save 2 of them. They only do 1 point of damage each. So that's fine. I'll take 4 wounds. That was also 6 horror hits. Rolling horribly. I will use a grit to reroll these. It's better. So 2 horror hits, and they do 2 sanity damage each, so that's 4 sanity damage as well. Then the spiders get to go. The spiders can move 8, which I think gets them all in range, because they should be coming at me with their little mandibles pointing forward. There we go. So I have 2 of them attacking me, so that's 4 dice. 2 dice each. They are doing 4 damage each. So, and they hit on 4s. And that's 1 hit. Well, I'm not rolling much better for them. So I guess that's something. And defense, he defends it. Perfect. So, rolling to move, because it's Joseph's turn. It's a 6 and a 1, or a 6 and a 2, so no grit. He will go ahead and shoot with his pistols. Oh, you know, I forgot he has armor of 5+. So he took 4 wounds. He gets to save those 4 wounds as a 5+, so he did not save any of those 4 wounds. Okay, so here he's shooting. Hitting on 4s. He gets to re-roll 3 dice. Okay. So that is there, that, and another hit for each of the 6s. So that's 7 hits. We will start with the spiders. So I need a 2 or better to kill a spider. So that will kill 1. That will kill 1. Okay, then unfortunately he has to go on the bats, who are all adjacent to him. The bats have a defense of 2, but a health of 1. So he needs a, well, he needs a 2 or better. So, bat. Okay, that will bounce. Bat is dead. Bat is dead. And that is a bounce. Well, that was 5 kills, so he gets to heal 5 because of the belt buckle. Oh, and, you know, I do appreciate the comments. Sorry I don't remember exactly who posted. Somebody had mentioned I could only use 1 belt. I did double check. The bandolier is actually only a gear card. It doesn't actually even take up a slot. And the buckle is a gear clothing belt. So he only has 1 belt. The bandana's a gear clothing face. He's got a hat, and the amulet is an artifact magic amulet. So he does not have two belts or buckle slots. So thank you for at least you know, having me double check that. But he is good. He can use everything that he's got. So. Anyway, as I was saying, we've got 5. So I'm going to take all 4 wounds. I killed 5 and 1 sanity. All for the buckle. And that is the end of that turn. So now we hold back the darkness. Okay, which we do. Thank goodness. Alright, so the bat moves. Because the Hellbats have the flight. So they're going to change targets each turn. So he's actually going to fly around, boom, over there. Not going to make a big difference. And then he gets to attack. So that's 3 dice, hitting on 3s. So 2 hits. Double 6s. So I save both. Okay, with my defense. But that is still 2 horror hits. And 6 and a 5 saves both of those. Then the spiders move. And the spiders will move as far as they can, which is around this way. Nom nom nom. Okay, and that's 4 times 2 is 8 dice. Hitting on 4s. So that's half. Okay. It's fine. Alright. So defense saves 2 of them. Alright. And that's 4 wounds each though, because they're normally 2, but they're also plus 2. So that's still 8 wounds. That I get armor saves against. So 5 plus. That will save 2. I will use a grid. Try to get a few more, because that's still 6 wounds. That's still a good amount, so I think it's going to be worth it. And of course, I get 0. Okay. So, 6 wounds. Alright, Joseph, rolling to move. 6 and a 4. Won't help. He will attempt to escape, though. He'll take the 6. He will attempt to escape. It is a 3+. 4+, harder is the Void Spider. So, failed. He's got the bandana. He gets to reroll. Failed. Alright, so he's still stuck there. So then he will shoot. I was thinking, because I need to come into the room a little bit to plant the explosives, but I think, actually I might not even need to place the explosives. Yeah, because it has to go on a dead end on the path, so I actually have to be like in here. So that's fine. Okay. Shooting. Rooting, tooting, and that was absolutely horrible. Okay. Three hits. I don't think I've ever seen him roll that low. Alright. We'll go out against spiders though. So 1 dead spider. 2 dead spiders. 3 dead spiders. He will heal 3 wounds. Yeah. Okay. And then it's the starter turn where he has to hold back the darkness. An 11 will do it. So the Hellbat, again, flies over to the other side, takes a swipe at him, 3 hits. His defense saves 1 of them, so that's 2 wounds. Okay, 3 horror hits. He saves 2 of them, so that's 2 sanity. Then the spider is 2 dice, hitting on 4s, so it misses. And then back around to Joseph, who will roll for his movement. He gets a 1. I could use a grit, so I'm going to take the 1 and get a grit. But he is also going to try to escape and get me a little bit closer over there. So 4+ again, and he succeeds. So we can move 1 away. And then he gets his 6 shots at the 2 remaining. And again, pretty pathetic shooting here. But that helped. The rerolls helped, and this will be, so there's a 6, so that's an extra, so that's 5 hits. So on the spider, we'll kill it. And on the bat, for the rest of them, good. So that's 2 more dead, so he'll take actually 1 of each to heal from the buckle. And then he gets a D3 recovery for catching his breath. He gets 3. So we'll take 2 wounds and a sanity. Just 1 sanity. And then he gets a loot card. Actually, he gets 2 loot cards because there were 2 threat cards. First one is a D3 Darkstone. And the second one is 1 more piece of Darkstone. So he gets 2 plus 1 is 3 pieces of Darkstone. So we'll add 3 more pieces of Darkstone into his Darkstone pile. Good, good. And then all these can go away. I will move the enemies out of the way. Okay, so now it is holding back to darkness again. A 7 is just enough. So we roll for movement. 3 or 2, I guess I'll take the 3. And I go 1, 2, 3. That is just enough. So he's going to take his first explosive. Okay. Boom. Okay. So now he has to get back to the intersection. Look through one of the other two passageways or connections off of that crossroads. So hold back the darkness. 9 is good. So roll for movement. 3 and a 1. Do I take another grit and only move 1? Yes, I think I'm doing okay for time. For the moment, I think grit will be great. I am not going to scavenge. Scavenging tends to go really poorly for me. I don't want to add too many more darkness cards. So, oh, you know, I did forget that the void enemies were +1. The spiders were +1. Were +1 combat. Oh, so that is my bad. Not much I can do about it at this point, so we will press on. Again, that's why it helps to have somebody else playing with you to help you remember some of those things. So hold back the darkness. A 6 will fail. And that gives us a darkness card, which is demonic speed. All demons are +1 initiative and +2 move. So that's kind of nasty. Alright, rolling for movement. So a 4 and a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will not scavenge. So hold back the darkness. 6. A 6 will fail as well. And then roll for movement. Double 1s. Well, I can't take another grit, so I'll add a die. Add a die and a third one. So he gets to move a big 2. 1, 2. That was pretty bad. All right. Hold back the darkness again. An 11. Well, that does successfully hold back the darkness, so he rolls for his movement, and he gets a 5 and a 3. Okay. So, well, you know what? We'll just go this way. So 1, 2, 3. And then I actually do not need to come back this way. So for purposes, I'm going to actually cap that off. These can go back into the box. Alright. So here we are. And oh, I get a map card, which is a summoning chamber. Okay. Summoning chamber, and we get a encounter token. And then we reveal the encounter token, a growing dread, an encounter, and a clue token. So there's one exit, which is an exit, which will be 4, 5, 6 over here. We cap that off. A growing dread card, which gets revealed immediately. And it is all heroes immediately take 1 corruption hit for each darkstone they are carrying, including darkstone items. So he's got 5 darkstone plus the darkstone bullets, plus the mark of the dead. So that is 7 hits for corruption. So here are 7 saves. So that would be 3 points of corruption. That's still a goodly amount of corruption. I will go ahead and use a grit to reroll these. And he saves 2, so he has 1 point of corruption. So we will need to try to remember that. You know what? I'll take a poison marker to just remind me that it's corruption for right now. So that was a growing dread, so we get an encounter card. This is Mind Worms. The wriggling feeling on your neck burns as the worms burrow into your skin and your mind. He has to make an agility 6+ test. If successful, he will gain 30 experience points. So, Mind Worms. Okay, so he has an agility of 4, so that's 4, needing at least 1 6, and he gets it. Good, so he gets 30 experience points, and he does not have to make a spirit test. But the map tile is infested. If you end your move on this map tile, you have to encounter them again. Okay. Well, I think he will try to avoid that since he's going to have to end his turn to explore. And we do have one other direction that we can go. So let me kind of shuffle this over here. He will hold back the darkness with a 7. That's sorry, the posse marker would have moved. So it does, and he gets to move again. 5 and a 4. So we will go 1, 2, 3, and explore that, which is a Darkstone Quarry. So let me find that card. Okay, so the Darkstone Quarry goes on like that. Alright, and then I get a token. The odds that my first 3 were all clue tokens. Exploration token. Okay, so there's 1, which is a gate, and I am attacked. So now I do have to roll to see if that is an actual exit. 5, 6, so I guess this is could be a very short mission. This is a closed off end room. This is the way sometimes these missions go. But it is far from over. He is attacked, and of course he's attacked at an end room. So we roll to see if there's an additional threat, and he got a 1. So there is. I told you I didn't need to say anything. All right. So there is a low threat and a high threat in here. The low threat from the attack, and the high threat from the dead end showdown. Okay, and the low threat is a peril dice worth of Hellbats, and the high threat is 1 Night Terror and a medium threat, and the medium threat is a D3 slashers. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, so a peril dice of Hellbats, 4, and then excuse me, a D3 slashers, so 2 slashers. And 1 Night Terror. So let me go ahead and grab those. Okay. Okay, now I need to see what special abilities they have, the elite abilities. So the Hellbats are a 3, which is Shadow Wings. So they have 2 additional defense. So they're actually a 4 defense. That's going to be rough. The Slashers are a 3. A 3 for the Slashers is Spiked Shell. Any failed escape roll while adjacent does 3 hits to that hero. Alright, so it means that's actually not too bad. It just means don't try to escape from a Slasher. And the Night Terrors is a 4. 4 is Soul Drain. All Night Terror hits and Horror hits are now +2 damage. Ouch. Ouch. Alright, so the Night Terror needs to go quickly. Luckily, I actually go before him, and he is the slowest of the opponents. So he actually starts there. Okay, and then next comes the Slashers at initiative 4. Okay, and then the Vets. Okay. So, now to decide what I'm going to do. Well, first I need to hold back the darkness. And all demons, so the Night Terrors are demons and the Hellbats are demons. And the Hellbats are also voids. They have an extra combat die. I will remember this time. Holding back the darkness, double 5s, which is not good. Terrifying Shriek, so I take D6 horror hits. 5 horror hits, not a pleasant way to start. And I take 3 sanity. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Still good. I've got 20 sanity. I've got 5. I've got 15 more. So we start with the Hellbats flying around back here. Okay, so let's see if I can get this right. Oh, actually, the Night Terrors are 4 because they are demon and they have +1 initiative, which is not. So that's not good. But I think the slashers will get in his way. Alright, so the Hellbats are 3 for combat, so 4 dice each. Alright, so, and they're hitting on 3s. So there's 3 hits. Two hits. 4 hits. 1 hit. Okay, that's a lot of hits. Alright, defense. Not too bad for defense. They are only 1 damage each. That would be 6 wounds. So I'll let my armor try to take it. And the armor blocks 2, so I take 4 wounds. And 1 is a 5. Okay? And then I have to make my horror save, or I take horror hits, so I have to make sanity saves. Which I failed 1. So, alright. Just may get out of this. Just may get out of this. Alright. Yep, that's it. So, the slashers will get to go. So they have 2 dice each. Hitting on 3s. Actually, I'm going to use a bandages to try to heal some wounds. I'm at 6. Since I'm at 6 wounds, I heal 1. I can't afford the grit. I really need the grit, and I'll take a whiskey to try to heal my sanity. And I roll a 1. Well. Not good. Okay, so 4 attacks, because slashers are beasts. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. So 3 hits. So defense blocks 1. And that's 1 from each of them. So that's a D6 wounds each, and I get double 6s. You know, at this point, I may just save it. Let's see what I save, and you know, with the armor, you know, and I've got the 2 revives, and that's about all. And then I'll just have to use because that's so many hits. It's not worth. But it's still, they're from 2 separate ones, so it's not worth, you know, using. I don't think it's worth using the amulet for it. So, although I can see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 armor here, 4, 6 armor here, saving on 5s. I block 4 out of 12. So 3, 6, 7, 8. So 8 wounds. That's not enough to put him down. Because I've got 19. And I'm at 13. So I've got 6 more wounds left. Yeah, I just may need to sacrifice a revive token. Then the... Oh, you know, I think the Night Terror can get to me. Alright, because he's a 4. And I don't have anything that can, you know, increase. Nope. So, because he's actually additional movement, and he can actually push the 1, 2, 4. You can push him out of the way. And then get his attack. So I may have to use my amulet on him. So he's got 4 dice, hitting on 5s. And of course he gets 2 hits. So attempting to save. I get nothing. So that's another 12. That's 12 wounds from this Night Terror. I could just take the revive, or I could block it and shoot, and get around to shooting with, and still keep the revive. I'm not going to get hit by, well, I could theoretically get hit by more wounds. I can take 6. Well, let's roll my armor. I'll use a revive if need be. I probably should have healed before. Just I could have used the bandages, but because I do still have 1 bandages. But let's see. If I can block half of these, so I need a good roll. That is good. I don't think it's going to be quite good enough. And I've got 6. Is that what I said? 10, 11, 12, 13, and I got 16. You know what? I have a grit. I'm actually going to use my grit to re-roll these armor rolls. So I need 2. And this will keep me up for 1 more round. And I get 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it was worth a shot. I don't have any other re-rolls. So that would knock me out. I use a revive. And brings me back up with 1 grit. Alright, and then it is my turn. Joseph's turn, so he rolls for movement. Double 1s. Well, that's good though, because it gets him a 2nd grit. So he will go ahead and let's shoot as much as we can. So 6 dice. Okay, well, no sixes, but he does get his rerolls. Okay, and he has an extra reroll from the Bandolier, which can reroll either one, and he took the skill that let him reroll a reroll. So this 2 can get rerolled, and it still misses. But that gives the 6 gives one more hit, so that's 6 hits. 6 hits, which... Do I take out the Night Terror, or do I take out Slashers? You know, I think I'm going to take out... Night Terror doesn't have nearly as many hit points. He's 4 dice, doing 6. He's actually more of a threat, because each of these guys is 2 dice doing a d6, and he's 4 dice doing 6 on each one. So that's, together they're 4 dice. He's 4 dice by himself. So I'm going to try to kill the Night Terror. So I'm actually going to use all of the dice on the Night Terror. This way I can use a grit to re-roll any of my poor damage dice, which I will need to do. Now he is a defensive 3, so I need a 3 or better to do damage. And so I think I'll keep those. I know these 3s both do 1, but I think I can do better. So I'm going to re-roll all of them using the grit. And I get a 5. And that is just pathetic. So we're -3. So this is 3, 4, 5. Sorry, we're -2 on each die. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need a 4 or better on one of these, or 2 3s. So I'm going to spend my other grit, because remember now, Joseph has the ability to re-roll rerolls. He's going to spend his other grit to re-roll these 2. I need a single 4, or both to be 3 or better. Oops. And there we go, 5 and a 3. Okay, so that is 6 hits on him. And it killed him. I have no, no, actually I take that back. I have to take horror hits, which I should do that. Terror, so I take 2 horror hits from the Night Terror. I save 1, and that's actually 2 points of damage, because his horror hits also take that, so it's 2 sanity that I take. And then also I have fear for the 2 slashers, that's 4 dice. I save 3, so that's one more sanity. So I killed the Night Terror. For the buckle, I can heal one sanity. Gotta always remember those fear and terror rules. Alright, so 1 dead Night Terror that I do not have to worry about. Long term. Okay, so now it is Hold Back the Darkness. An 11, that is good. Okay, the bats. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so I could shift them around, but they're all pretty much the same. So 4 dice. Well, I guess technically if they move through other chart, well, they just change their targets, but they can't change the target, so I guess they can stay still. I was going to say, technically they can't actually be in the same place, so if they had to move, they were forced to move, one of them could not get to me, would have to go short, and then they could move to a different location. But I'm the only target, so I think it doesn't actually say they have to. They have to move through. Just says they move, or just says they change targets each turn. It doesn't say they're forced to move. So, all right, 4 dice hitting on 3s. For the first one. So 3 hits. 4 hits. Jeez. 2 hits. Eight on 3s, 3 hits. It's a lot of hits. Okay. So, rolling for defense. Blocks 4. Rolling for armor. Oh, nice armor roll. Blocks 5. So 3 wounds from that. Okay. And then horror hits for all of these. Oh, and again a pretty good roll. I fail 5, which I'm good with. And then the slashers. So 2 slashers, hitting on 3s. Only one of the slashers hit me. He did hit me twice. I think I can take it, so I don't know that there's a reason to do otherwise. So I roll my defense. Don't block either one. I think I will use my tonic, though, to get a grit, and then I will spend it to re-roll. Still doesn't help. Probably should have saved that for the armor saves, but alright. Alright, and then number of hits is, of course a big number. Can you guys see that? Guess I should have looked. 10. So 10 hits. Okay, so 10 armor saves. Well, I save 4. So that's 6 wounds. And then it is Joseph's turn. So, first fear for the slashers. So 4 hits. So he takes 3 more sanity. Okay. So he is at 10. Halfway. And then he will shoot. Roll for movement. Sorry. 6 and a 4, so he does not get any grit. I need to get a lot of hits here. Well, it's too bad. So I get my 3 re-rolls. Okay. Pretty good, much more closer to his usual average. So I get 2 extra dice for the 2 6s. All right, so that's 7 hits. And let's see. So the slashers have a 4 defense and a 6 health, or the Hellbats. You know, let's go for the Hellbats. They've got so many dice. They're actually doing a bunch of hits and sanity to me. So I'll start with the Hellbats, and they are a 4 defense, which means I need a 4 or better to kill them. They only have 1 health, so it doesn't really matter which one. So we'll start 4 or better. We'll kill it. So there's a 5 that will kill. And I will heal a wound. The next one is a 4, so that will kill it. And I will heal a sanity. Okay. The next one is a 6, which will kill it, and we will heal a wound. The next one is a 3, so that won't do anything. The next one is a 2, and that won't do anything. The next one in the box is a 3, and that won't do anything. And the last one is a 2, which will not do anything. Okay, so we pull back the darkness. A 6 will not. That gives another darkness card. And the darkness card says, all void enemies are now +1 combat. So the one Hellbat gets an extra die. Okay, so he is rolling 5 dice against me. And 3s. So we got 4 hits. That's not 3 hits. Roll for defense. Gets nothing. So that's 3 wounds. And 3 sanity hits. Which I saved 2, so 1 more sanity. And then there's the slashers. So 4 dice. Hitting on 3s. All 4 hit. I will use bandages. Try to heal some of my wounds. Give myself a little more cushion. That's 2 wounds, so that might help at least a little. Okay, so rolling my defense. I block 1. Then I roll for number of wounds. 6 and 7. $13. 13, and I've got 8. It's 21, and I have 19. So I just need to block. at least some of these, and I might be able to get away without using my revive here. I might have to use it at the start of the next battle if there is a next battle. But so I'm going to go ahead and not use my amulet. I'm going to hopefully save it if there's one more. If I run into another high encounter over there. So I'm going to go ahead and roll my 13 dice. So there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for the armor saves. I get a goodly number. A lot of 6s. Oops, that was a 6. Okay, and a 6, a 6, a 6. So that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds. So I take 2 away. So I have 5, 10, 15, 16 of 19 wounds. But I am still up. So, Joseph movement, does not get a grit, so he will shoot. Okay, so there's 4 hits, 2 rolls for his skill, because there's actually 1 from each pistol. And they are both hits. So he has an extra reroll to hit, but that is 6 hits. So I think we'll go with that. And I think I will actually put them on a slasher. I want to try to kill one of these slashers first. So the slashers are a 4 defense. So I need a 4 to do damage. Not going to do any grit. Actually, I'm going to do 4. and we'll see how close I get to killing him. Simply because I need 4 to do damage, and he's got 6 wounds. So each 4 will do 1 point damage. So I'll probably need to do more than this, but we'll see. So those will do nothing. It is a -3. So there's 3, and then is -3 is 2, is 5. So he's going to be 1 short. So that was 2. Let me, so 1 more, so I need a 4 or better. I don't get it. And a 4 or better. I don't get it. That was unfortunate. Oh, and I take my 4 horror hits as well. So 2 more sanity. 4, 5. This is a 5. Okay. And then it's the top of the round, holding back the darkness. A 9 will. So there's again 1 Hellbat, rolling 5 dice, hitting on 3s. So 3 hits. No saves. So that's 3 wounds. That puts him at 18 of 19. Unfortunately, could not quite kill that slasher. So 4 dice, hitting on 3s, 1 of each. Okay? Alright, so defense, might come away with this. Defense, blocks them both. That's pretty outstanding, Oops. Alright, so, phew. It is Joseph's turn, so he gets his 4 horror hits. He saves 1, so that's 3 more sanity. He is getting up high on sanity. That's 15. And in fact, he'll take a whiskey. I'll try to roll it in the box. 4, which will heal 4. Okay. That is his last one there. Okay. And then he rolls to move. Hopefully he can get a grit. And he does not. And I don't want to pull away from the slashers. Not that it really helps. So he will just take his 6 shots. Okay. 6, 5, 4, and 3 misses. So I got my 3 rerolls. It's another 6 and a 5. So that's 2 6s. So that's 2 more dice. Okay. All right. Well, let's hit that Hellbat. The Hellbat's annoying. So again, I need a 4 or better to kill it, and there's a 5. So there's a dead, and we'll take a wound. Okay. We'll do 1 on that slasher. He needs, he's 1 away, so I need a 4 or better. There's a 6. So that will kill him. So I believe that was 4 hits on him to kill him. Is that right? I had a 6, not 3 hits, because I had a 6 and a 5. Which are -3, so sorry, 6 minus 3 is 3, 5 minus 2 is, okay, and that would be 5 wounds. So that was 3 hits to kill him. Alright, and we will heal another wound. And that leaves me with 5 hits. Try to kill the other slasher. Again, we're -3. That's pretty horrible. I think since I am so close to being able to do something to him, I'm going to use my worn eye patch. So once per adventure, I can recover up to my max grit. So that's going to give me 2 more grit. And then I will spend 1 to reroll these 4 damage dice. So -3, that's a 2, that's a 3, and the 4 is a 1. So that's 3 hits, and that's just enough to kill him. So. Oh, it's dead. All right. Phew. That was rough. That was rough. All right. Recover 2. I guess I'll take wounds. I don't know that it makes a big difference. I think if he gets into another fight, he's going down, or going to use his revive, but we will see. And there were 3 threat cards, so I get to draw 3 loot cards. So 25 coin, D3 Darkstone, and D6 times 25 money. So no items this session. Alright, so D3 Darkstone, so 3 more Darkstone. Well, he did make out in Darkstone, although this could mean corruption. And a D6 times 25 money is 1, so just 25 coin there. Okay, so start of a new turn, hold back the darkness. A 7 is still good, and then he gets to move. Rolling for movement, hey, I get a 1. I think I will take, well, a 2 actually puts me here, but just in case, I'm actually going to take the 1 and I'm going to take the grid. I'm doing alright, pretty alright on darkness there. So, hold back the darkness. A 6 will fail. And then roll for his movement. Of course, I would get another 1, which puts him there. And he can place the second explosives. Okay. So, the rules from this point is the dangerous escape. Because he's now got to get back to the mine entrance. So, hold back the darkness. A 10 is good. That will indeed hold back the darkness. And then he rolls for movement. And a 5 and a 2, and I will take the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am not on the mine tile at this moment, so we will hold back the darkness again. And a 7 is just good enough. Rolling for movement. A 5 and a 1. I guess I will take the... I can't hold any more grit, so I guess I will take the 5. No. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then... So at the end of a turn in which 1 or more heroes is standing on the mine entrance tile, roll a special hold back the darkness test. If it's failed, there's a final boss fight. So 7 or better, and 11. So there is no final fight. Yes, I didn't need to hold on to the amulet, but I knew it was going to be tough. So hold back the darkness. With a 5 fails, I get a growing dread, so there could be something. For the remainder of this adventure, all enemies do +1 damage on every hit. Ouch. Alright, so Joseph gets to move. 6 or a 2, he'll take the 6, and he'll go out of the mines. Out he goes. And that completes it. It explodes. And the town is saved. Well, town's destroyed, but there will be no more monsters in this area, and hopefully no more void twisters being spawned. Although obviously the whole area is rife with these gates. But the immediate threat is gone. The refugees from the town can recover and resettle a little bit safer. So Joseph will gain 25 experience and $250. We do need to test for his for the Darkstone. Now his Darkstone bullets are used up, so they will not count against him. He does have still this Mark of the Dead, which I just haven't decided if I'm going to attach or not. It does have an icon on it, so that's 1, and then he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of Darkstone. So he has 9 hits, possible hits. So I roll my 9 dice, I'm on a 1 or 2. And wow, I get 5 potential. And roll to save against them. And that would be 2 failures. I will spend, since I've got grit and it's going to reset, I will spend 1 to re-roll. Saves 1, and I might as well spend the other 1, because when I reset, I'll get 1 back. And oh, so I take 1 more corruption. So he's actually got 2 corruption points that I will need to record down now. And then possibly when I hit the doctor to get the injection, we'll spend the money to get those removed. So there you have it. It was kind of a weird short mission. Simply the way the exits came out, and you know that happens with these that kind of have the random exits, the random ends. Sometimes they can be really short, or they can be really long. It was kind of odd that I had a bunch of the clue tokens, the encounter tokens that have the clue icons on them, that reduces down the number of exits by 1, and none of those ended up being the dead ends. It was the ones that didn't have the clue tokens. Actually, I guess one of those was a dead end. But the final one was simply, it only had 1 exit, so there was a 50% chance that was a dead end. So there you have it. That's the end of the mission. Narrowly escaped. Well, it felt much closer, I guess, than it was. I had 1 revive token left. I was expecting, a final fight, trying to get through that room. Though the last time I played this with a group of 4, we did have that. Although luckily, again, we didn't have to explore very much before we found our dead ends. And the other one, we actually got down. It actually took us all the way down into this far zone. We just could not find dead ends, and so that meant the final roll to see if we had a boss fight was much tougher as well. So that's the way the game can go. It can be up and down. I do have 8 pieces of Darkstone, which is going to be potentially problematic for Joseph, because I believe 8 Darkstone is what it costs to get a Darkstone grip on a pistol, as far as an upgrade. And if I get that, then he can't get his Darkstone bullets. But if he doesn't, that means he's carrying around all that Darkstone, and that's a lot of Darkstone to be holding on to. As you saw, I mean, he just ended up rolling for a lot of them. But it would be dangerous, I think, to go without Darkstone bullets. That saves him against anything that has defense. And actually it makes it even easier, obviously, against the ones that don't have defense, but they have more than one wound, which is essentially everything that doesn't have a defense has more than one wound. So, you know, it's going to be a tough call. Which does he do? Does he go ahead and splurge to get the 1 extra die, or does he just hold on to it? You know, if I got a tomb chest, that could hide it away, but that's another anvil of weight, and you know, he's already near his max. If not at his max, he has 1, 2, 3, 4. What was that? 5. Yeah, 5, 6. And he can only hold 7. So that would be it. That would be the last thing. And then if you found something else that might be kind of neat to either carry around and potentially use or sell, he couldn't do it. He would have to drop something. And you know, I'm really kind of comfortable with everything he's got. You know, although I didn't use the amulet, I could have on some of those, and maybe I should have used it and perhaps save the extra grit or something for potential having the big boss fight at the end there, the high threat at the end when I'm trying to leave. But you know, it was a gamble. And you know, it actually worked out for me that I didn't need to use it, but it was good to know that I had it there to use if I really did need it at the time. So having the option. So I don't think I want to get rid of that, and obviously the extra rerolls for the extra reroll from the bandolier, which also has 2 slots. For upgrading, so getting like a regen upgrade at some point or something like that would be nice too, which is actually still an option. When I get to town, these are things I'm going to need to look at when I get to town, is instead of saving for bullets, if there's something that only uses up some of these, or instead of saving for the grip on one of the pistols, you know, maybe buy bullets and then spend some of these if there's a cheaper in cost of Darkstone upgrade for something that I could say slot into the bandolier strap, which could be something that's very useful as well. I'll have to look. I don't recall. So that's what I got. Thank you very much for joining me. You know, I'm still trying to decide on the Steadicam here and how much I like it. So it is nice that it gives me the freedom to you know, get things, move things around without having the handheld camera sort of in the way and trying to do everything left-handed. But you know, as you know, things are a little bit farther away, and you know, you're not being able to see these models real well. So you know, it's going to be a trade-off. I may try to do a mix of something. I may go back to trying the handheld and just trying to be steadier. But I thought I would give the Steadicam you know, another try to see how it turned out. Thank you for joining me. Well, joining Joseph as well, and we will see you next week.